President Srinivasan.
Here.
Vice President Templeman.
Here.
Treasurer Navarre. Here. Parliamentary Seeley. I'm sorry. Senator Ashola. Senator Balaji. Senator Baker. Senator Bell. Senator Cantu. Senator Castellanos. Senator Dockery. Senator Dyson. Senator Franklin. Senator Guy. Senator Grimm.
Here.
Senator Hart.
Here.
Senator Hicken.
Here.
Senator Hood. Senator Huck. Senator Jawad.
Here.
Senator Jobe.
Here.
Senator Johnson.
Here.
Senator McDaniel. Senator McLeod.
Here.
Senator Morris.
Here.
Senator Mosley.
Here.
Senator Brady.
Here.
Senator Nagarajan. Senator Novak. Senator O'Kelly. Senator Parrish.
Here.
Senator Patel. Senator Rogers.
Here.
Senator Ross. Senator Severin. Senator Shaka. Senator Strothag.
Here.
Senator Thomas.
Here.
You know that quorum, Josh.
Here. Where's the doll?
Yeah,
that's actually part of it.
How many do you need?
We got another on Zoom and 2 people just walked in.
Can we do a count again? I want to see how.
Senator Mosley.
You make a motion to have 15-minute recess?
Okay. Okay.
The point of quorum is that you have to have like enough people to actually make motions and stuff like that. So you just wait.
We need 4.
I'd have to recount.
4.
Now, protect your friends, like you have to protect your other senators.
Guys, for those who are coming in late, this is absolutely unacceptable. We started exactly 5:15 for a reason. If we're not meeting quorum, we're going to have to adjourn the meeting. So please be respectful of the time that we set, so we can get business done. We have people up there who are trying to speak to us during speaker's podium, and if we adjourn, there's no way they're going to be able to speak, and they just wasted their time, and we wasted our time as well.
We only need 3. Okay, Adrian, you're on front row.
Oh,
right
okay. I
here.
don't think I counted you. I'm sorry. Yeah, you were sitting in the back. I didn't count you. I'm sorry. 3.
These 2.
No way.
Like we're in like nursery.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just ask Kevin to do the
All right, Secretary Martin, can you dispense second roll call, please?
President Srinivasan.
Here.
Vice President Templeman.
Here.
Treasurer Navarre. Parliamentary Seeley. Senator Ashola. Senator Balaji.
Here.
Senator Baker. Senator Bell. Senator Cantu. Senator Castellanos.
Here.
Senator Dockery. Senator Dyson.
Here.
Senator Franklin. Senator Guy. Senator Grimm.
Here.
Senator Hart. Senator Hicken. Senator Hood. Senator Huck. Senator Jawad.
Here.
Senator Jobe. Senator Johnson. Senator McDaniel. Senator McLeod.
Here.
Senator Morris.
Here.
Senator Mosley.
Here.
Senator Brady.
Here.
Senator Nagarajan. Senator Novak. Senator O'Kelly. Senator Parrish. Senator Patel.
Here.
Senator Rogers.
Here.
Senator Ross. Senator Severin,
Here.
Senator Shaka, Senator Strothard,
Here.
Senator Thomas.
Thank you. Just to quickly state, Parliamentarian Sealy is not here today due to tennis, so Sean Rogers will be taking her place. All in favor of approving last week's minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
All those who oppose? Any abstentions? Okay, last week's minutes have been approved. Do we have anyone here for open forum? No? Okay. Today for speakers podium, we have Delta Sigma Phi speaking. You guys want to come in?
Technical good. But I can't say goodbye.
Yeah? Take your time.
Thank you guys so much for having us. Real quick before we begin, because everyone should have a note card in front of them. If anyone does not have a note card, can you let us know? I can totally got you. No worries.
Thank you.
Does anyone also need a pen by chance? Does anyone not have a pen? You guys okay? Cool. So like I said, thank you guys so much for letting us come speak with you for a few minutes. Arthur here in a second will tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing on campus. We are guests here, we're not students. But the real reason we wanted to talk to you guys as an organization is because we realize when it comes to campus involvement, when it comes to leadership, this is really the primetime group, right? You guys are the ones that have stepped up to lead your school, lead your campus, lead your fellow students. So, as introduction, my name is Joe Burns. I actually graduated this past May from Georgia College and State University. I realize none of you have ever heard of that, right? It's basically like the UT Tyler of the Georgia state school system. And I was actually a senator for a year, right? So I've seen that leadership, seen that involvement that you guys have had to take on as a role. And just know that your work is very much appreciated among your fellow students, even if you may not realize it all the time, right?
And my name is Arthur White, and I graduated this past May from Kansas State University, where I didn't participate in Senate or anything, but I got to know what went on and reap the benefits of what you guys do. So we, as students, definitely should appreciate it. But like Joe said, you guys are the premier leaders here on campus, and that's why we're here to talk to you. We are here starting a new student organization, and when we look at recruiting for this organization, we want to find the most driven individuals here at UT Tyler and the best leaders, really. So that's why we came to you. So what I want you to do is, with that note card that we pointed out to you, I want you to take it. First, I want you to write your name on the top left corner, and then write SGA on the other side, on the other corner. And then what I want you to do is I want you to think about the word leader, what that means, right? I want you to think of 1 to 2 qualities of a leader and write those down. So what kind of qualities or maybe habits of a leader come to mind? Write those down. Maybe something you do on a daily basis.
They can be attributes, they can be actions that you think of when you say, hey, lead. All right, what are a few of those things? Can we shout out? Is that cool? Cool. Shout out, just tell me a couple of those things. Some of the things you guys wrote down. When we say leader, attributes, qualities, actions that you think of.
Inspiring.
Someone who inspires. Absolutely. Love it.
Integrity.
Integrity. Has integrity. Absolutely.
Makes a change.
Makes a change. Definitely. Self-motivated. Fearless.
Guys,
Fearless. Leads by example.
guys,
Guides others. Trustworthy.
Communicator.
Communicator. Absolutely. Someone who's respectful. Definitely.
honest.
Someone who's honest. Absolutely. Courage. Someone who's courage. Love it. Anything else? Awesome. Absolutely. Great. Yeah, so you guys absolutely know what a leader is, which makes sense, right? Because everyone in this room, in one way or another, is a leader on this campus and in this community, right? So the organization we're creating, right, is Delta Sigma Phi. And it's actually going to be a brand new fraternity on this campus, right? The idea of what we want to do is bring together 30, 40, 60 of the best leaders on this campus. The most involved, the best men we can find to bring together in one organization and start up something new. So that's why we came tonight, is because really we need your help. Since you guys are leaders, since you guys are heavily involved on campus, you know or are probably some of those men on this campus. So what I want you to do is actually flip over your note card. This is where I really need your help. And I want you to pull your phone out. And that's probably not usually, doesn't usually happen in an SGA meeting. I don't get yelled at for that. So as me and Arthur as guests on campus, we don't really know all that many people. So what I'd like from you guys is to ask you, who are some of those leaders that you know on campus? So what I want you to do is I want you to open your contacts. And I want you to quickly take a few minutes and just scroll through there. And if a leader on this campus, an undergraduate man on this campus, comes up in your contacts, I want you to write his name and number down. The reason for that is me and Arthur would like to reach out to him and just ask him about his college experience, or ask you about your college experience, and see what type of leader they are, and see what type of leader they hope to become over their time here at UT Tyler. So take a few minutes, scroll through your contacts, any undergraduate man on this campus.
You want their name and phone number?
Their name and phone number. Great question. Yes. Their name and phone number. I should have asked that. I should have said that.
Pretty fair assumption.
We would love to talk to them and get their experience on campus. But
If they're already in a fraternity, maybe put a star next to them, right? Because we still love to hear about their campus experience. Absolutely.
Feel free to keep writing, but as you guys wrap those up, Joe and I would love to hear from you as well. So if you want to meet up with us, sit down for a cup of coffee. We'd love to hear about your experiences and maybe something that you'd like to see from a new organization on campus. So maybe write your number down and say, hey, I'd love to meet up and chat with you. Or Joe and I will be in the UC right up by the subway every day for the next 3 weeks from about 10 to 4. So if you're free, not have a conversation with somebody, or if we are, just come by and say, hey, I'd love to sit and chat, for sure. As you finish those up, you want to pass them to your left.
You guys can pass it to the right. See you over here. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. And again, we're super excited to be here as guests on campus, starting at this organization, right? And we look forward to partnering with you guys on numerous occasions, and hopefully at some point even getting a lot of the leaders that we bring to becoming involved on campus. Hopefully, bring them to this room and to work with you guys in the future. So, thank you guys so much. Again, if you see us on campus, we'd love to introduce ourselves and hang out with you guys for a few minutes. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Okay, next, I've invited Ashley Bill, and I think Dr. Marzulli is speaking as well? Okay, over the CAP program.
Good evening. Thank you all for the invitation. I understand from President Srinivas that there were a couple of questions about the CAP program, the Coordinated Admissions Program with UT Austin, and that some of those centered specifically around the number of students that we have at UT Tyler who are part of the CAP program and their average retention, how many of them stay with us versus how many go on to UT Austin. So to give you an idea, we've been accepting CAP students at UT Tyler since 2005. It started with about 35 students, and this last freshman class in fall of 2015 was at 158 students. So it started about 8% of our freshman class, and now it's about 20% of our freshman class every year. On average, we retain about 15 to 20% of those students at UT Tyler to their sophomore year. Another roughly 45% go on to UT Austin. So that's sort of our breakdown for the last few years of all of our average data. Now, I know some of you had questions about if they stay, where they go, if they're not staying here or they're not going to UT Austin, where are they going to? And the answer is, honestly, we don't know. For that extra 35, 40%, we don't know where they're going. We're not sure if it is to community college, if it's to another state university, or if they're simply not finishing college at all. We've not been able to get all that information back from the National Clearinghouse data, because we can track that in some way. It's just a little more difficult. But I would love to hear from you all what questions you have about the CAP program.
So I know there's a few people that I know personally that have gone through the CAP program to UT Austin, but have actually came back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any data on that, or is that not in the look at?
It's not something that we've looked at yet, those numbers. We do see that, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, I looked at our last sort of 5 years of data coming back. We don't have a lot of readmits, and so we haven't seen the CAP numbers, what that would look like. That's something that we could pull. It would take us some time. Other questions? Are you all familiar with what the CAP program is? Sure. So the Conditional Admission Program at UT Austin was established in 2001, and it was UT Austin's sort of provisional admission program. Up until that point, from the 1960s until 2001, they had a summer provisional program. Students took 12 hours over the summer. As long as they had a 2.25 GPA, they were automatically accepted into UT Austin for the fresh fall of their freshman year. In the late 90s, the state of Texas implemented the top 10% rule. And if you're from Texas, then you likely know, if you graduated in the top 10% of your high school class, you were granted admission into any public institution in the state. That took a lot of students that would have typically gone through that summer provisional program straight into UT Austin as freshmen. It really flooded them a lot more than they were anticipating. So CAP program was their way of not bringing all those students back into the fall semester, but giving them an entire freshman provisional year rather than just the provisional summer that they've been accustomed to. It started with about 120 students over the different campuses. They're now up to over 1,800 students that accept the CAP contract every year and go out to the different participants. There has been, I think, some misconception of what CAP is and the students who participate in CAP or who are offered CAP. The way CAP works is that if a student applies to UT Austin and they're not automatically accepted, as long as they are graduating from a Texas high school, they are offered the CAP contract. So we get about 23,000 students who apply to UT Austin from Texas high schools every year. They accept about 13,000, which leaves us between 9,000 and 10,000 students. So that's the population who are offered CAP every year. And about, from our last year's numbers, they accepted almost 1,900 students out of the 9,500 who were offered accepted CAP and went to either UT Tyler, UT Arlington, UT San Antonio, UTEP, Permian Basin, or at the time Brownsville, and now UT RGV. So those are the participating campuses. At most campuses like ours, CAP makes that between 10 and 20% of the freshman class. And again, with us, we are right at that 20% number of our freshman class each year. A couple more information. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you can go ahead. I'll ask the question.
Okay, just a little more information. We've gotten some fairly recent data about how CAP students do once they get to Austin. And they are graduating. They are graduating graded slightly behind the traditional freshman class. So we look at a lot of times 4, 5, and 6 year graduation rates. So at UT Tyler, our graduation rates are again on at 4, 5, and 6 rank. CAP students at their first year at their home institution and then spending 3 years at UT Austin. So their 4-year graduation rates are much lower than the traditional 4-year graduation rates of Austin students. Their 5-year graduation rates, so the year at their home institution at 4 years at UT Austin, is the equivalent of the UT Austin 4-year graduation rate, just to give you an idea.
What is the retention rate of the non-CAP students here?
The non-CAP students were running about 70%.
What's the downfall of low retention rate?
Low retention rates is the starting point. What it ultimately does is gives us the lower opportunity for graduation rate. And that is what UT Tyler, the UT system, the state, and even the nation are really basing success for universities on. Are we graduating qualified and educated students?
Do you have the graduation rates for CAP students?
Actually, Dr. Marcelli, this I think is a recent.
We have the graduation rates for non-CAP. We really just look at graduation rate for you. So our 4-year graduation rate, just remember, are based on data that's 4 years old. Okay? From the freshman year 2013, freshman year 2012. Ours is sitting at about 26. So when you look at that, the question was, why do freshman retention? Why does that matter? Think about from a parent's perspective. We're looking at you want to know, well, what are my chances of being next? Right? So, I'm a high school senior now. I'm looking around. Those days, someone's graduation or someone's first year graduation, basically 10 out of every 100 students don't continue for whatever the reason, might get homesick. The 9% of students that this institution has lower first year retention than 9%. So instead, it also affects 4-year graduation. It also affects perception. All the way. All those things are important. So, CAP at many institutions, because it's used in our 4-year graduate, it's used in that calculus. So even if a student leaves UT Tyler and goes to Austin, graduates in 3 years, pretty awesome, right? I mean, from a year to Tyler, 3 years, I would call that a success story. The system, everyone looks at that as we lost that student. That student counts against us in our 1 year. Counts against us 4 years from now in our graduate, even though that student did exactly what that student wanted to do, and they're really successful. They went and they do really great things. UT Tyler or any school of Dallas, UT Tyler, we don't get credit for the success of that first year. So I think that in general, CAP is working for what CAP wants to be. I think it's great for the students. And the university that hosting them and helping those universities should be
What is the suggestion that y'all want us to look at to figure out how to fix this issue? Are we looking at something about going like UT Dallas and cutting this program, or are we looking at something along the lines of maybe asking the Board of Regents or the system to let us have an amending statistic, an adjustment, like, for instance, I'm an accounting major, we have adjusting entries.
I think both of those suggestions are outstanding. If you look at the components of that, like that, the students reduction, Bill says, on average, about 75% start when they graduate, or they're continuing to apply. So, if really the CAP program, that's a tough call because it's really working the way it was meant to work. The second one is, could there be some type of attention? Just to let you guys know that the teaching system is also looking Provost Moran that we yesterday. Because it's not just Tyler, all of the that's for right? More and more important. Everyone is part of the CAP program. They have multiple, they're trying to figure out multiple possible to continue with the CAP program, modification of the CAP program, the different measures that I'm counting. So the good news is, at the system level, they're well aware of this. They understand what the problem is, but they also understand that for these students, without students, this is really a great thing for them. Can't get the doctor right. And for us, 30, sometimes we have anyone between 17 and 30% of students stay here. And the students stay here because they intended to transfer to Austin, but they love UT Tyler and they end up staying here. That's a good thing too for us. So I'm not sure anyone's asking you guys to do it. I think want to share the information.
Compared to the other CAP programs in the Texas school, where does UT Tyler fall?
What do you mean in terms of the number or in terms of the percentage of the freshman class?
In terms of percentage, how are our CAP students doing compared to other school systems?
So the retention of our students compared to the others?
Yes.
They just announced them one recently.
And we just have some new data. So if you look at, let's say, institutions that retain their own students. So they come to UT Arlington, El Paso, or they come to that university, on average, system average, about 27.8 of students stay. That's the school where they start. So about 30% of those, about 30% of them stay at the school where they start. We're right there at 27.5. Now this is all 13, but back in time a little bit. So we're right there at the average. Now, how do our students do once they get to Austin? That's another question. But how well are we getting? So once the students are going to Austin, how well are they doing? For us, the average UT system is 49% average system, and our students are at 48%. So our students that start here at UT Tyler and decide to go to Austin, they're doing just as well as the other schools.
Do you have a limit? Does UT Tyler have a limit? Do the other schools have a limit to how many captains you can do?
Some of them do. So UT Dallas pulled out of the CAP program in 2011. The ones remaining are UT Permian Basin, UT RGV, which is fairly new. The schools that do have a CAP is San Antonio. They were at about 20%. They had over 1,200 students at their highest level. The SGA at UTSA passed a resolution in 2013 with a plan to decrease by 250 students every year until fall of 2017, where they would likely stop accepting CAP students completely. So they are now down to 250 students this year. We also have UT Arlington, who has discussed going down, but has not actually given any specific limits to UT Austin as to how many they will accept. They are still working on finalizing that number.
You can just clarify on that, just some new on the answer. You can tell us that. 5 months, they've been going down. They're going to go back up. I have the data here. Time. Right. I think your last fall in 2015. But our freshman class is smaller.
Interesting. I see a lot of benefit to the CAP program. Coming from somebody that was interested in years ago, and I never decided to enter the CAP program or move over to Austin. But coming from the perspective of what we have here at our university, we lose talent. We lose good students, driven students that want to go for something higher. Because let's be honest, UT Austin has excellent facilities, world-renowned professors. They have everything. We have comparatively little. Whereas is there a possibility of being able to contact maybe as student groups, CAP students who came from our campus and are now at Austin and would be able to, say, give us guided tours of certain areas of their engineering facilities, their fabrication labs, the things that they have in creation over there. We're part of the UT system, but we never hear anything about that. We never benefit from that. And here, we're in a bit of a quiet area. Is there the ability to open up that line of communication coming as someone who started here and moved over?
I think, yes, I think we typically do talk to our students who leave. So we do reach out to we call our Patriot Connect survey. So students who have left the university and we see why. And while, yes, UT Austin has a number of wonderful things, I don't ever want to discount the education that the students get when they're staying at UT Tyler. You talk about world-renowned faculty there. We have world-renowned faculty here who come from Harvard and Yale and other Ivy Leagues who come from other nations, other countries around the world. There are some things that Austin has that we don't, and there are some things that the city of Austin has that we don't. We also have that as a draw for a number of students. So yes, there is a possibility to reach out and talk to them there. But UT Tyler, just like UT Dallas and UT San Antonio, we are all unique. We each have our own unique campus culture. And that is something that we have to consider. What campus culture do those students want? And is that the Austin culture and the city of Austin culture versus the city of culture?
Do you know why they went backwards with their numbers of the count?
No, not necessarily. I think one of the things that happened on their numbers so much, that put wholeheartedly believe. But I think when they're looking at data, so our students are actually doing well. And I think part of why they put this happening in don't know how to this, but we're talking at our max 150. This year we have
121.
yeah, and just 3 years ago we had like 50. So they had 1,200. Once you reach a critical mass, what my understanding is there, the students were starting to they weren't building in or something the rest of the student body. And there was such a large mass that they didn't feel like they were part of the ESA. I'm doing awesome. And I think that the SGA didn't do attention or anything. SGA was like, he really is having a problem with our student culture. I have not heard, and I would love to hear, I have not heard any negative about our CAPS. Our CAPS are wonderful. I bet you one person here, one of the CAPS students, excited to say. I don't think we have a problem with our CAPS. I think, yes, they plan on going down the, Jack or Jack, whatever you guys look at now. Every once in a while I'll get on there and I'll look and CAPS, hey, I'm a CAPS student. Tyler, are there some any other CAPS students that we can talk about what it's going to be like when we go down? I think that's healthy. I think that's okay. Gives them a group that they can say, hey, have some like people in the group. But I don't see it as a cultural problem. Maybe you guys have students have a cultural problem here.
I think the cultural problem is with the whole school.
And what was the cultural problem?
Just basically more school spirit than anything, and we've talked about that plenty of times. But I think that's the whole school. I don't think it's limited to CAP students at all.
There'll probably be another conversation. We're probably going to have an all-new student.
I think you can, yeah. Go ahead. You've already started.
There's an all-new student conversation first time next fall. All new freshmen, some sort of competition, some passing of the car, or hopefully, they feel connected. Mission started. Some of this that you're talking about, it has to start somewhere. But I'm always told that when we're a young university, we don't have all the same traditions. Oh, come on, guys. 23 people. You can have traditions at 43 people. So I think that some people would argue we do have traditions. Hurdle or doing some of these other things. But I totally agree. I think that if there's things that we would love to partner with, and I think we, Bill and myself, and that if we could partner in any way to say, how could we help you change? Because you can't have administrators. I have students help. Because, hey, I walk around, I live in the woods, I feel like this. There's not one person. And this is one of the most beautiful places. Why aren't there people doing things? Why aren't they going fishing? Why aren't they mountain biking? Why aren't they? Maybe it's because people don't know all these things exist. Maybe it's because of a lot of different reasons. But how can we help you change that? What do you need from us? Help you change that. And I think that we would support you anyway, help you all. So that when you leave and you come back 3, 4, 5 years from now, and look at look at it, it's vibrant. Students, look at all the students all around. Look at what's going on. Whatever we can do to help, I think we will bend over backwards.
Any other questions? Yes, go ahead.
I came out and I heard you're talking about how to get involved. And I think that primarily a lot of the things that we have, and you're right, a lot of people not know about, such as I didn't find out about trails out by until we start construction. So that's not fair. But I think we probably should implement that rely on what we have. Such as like Texas A&M, where they have where we need to have the bond, which is where everyone has another giant aisle. They might have worked more than all. And then it was kind of symbol for like such a great event. Come together and no matter where you put your back on, they could actually come and find something that were a label position. So I think almost like two sports, such as like races, dances, or different things like that, to help people get to know it, then it might feel more tired.
And you can't use the word young. That just has to come. Then what we have to do, how can we go about changing culture? And I think the president, with the freshman all student conversation, and some of these other things, I really think that we're right around. I only had 5 minutes. What would you tell me? And I told him that when I first got here 8 years ago, everyone said that we would get it. And I said, well, why would you want to do something so great? People were proud that we had it. And why should we do it? No sense. So I said, you know what I would do? Get on the highest rooftop. Just tell people how great UC Tyler is. I can't tell you how tired I am. Not an honor. Right? I can't tell you how tired I am of going to Walmart and going fresh and seeing every single high school shirt and every single high school sweats and seeing not one thing be tired. Why in the world is that even a possibility when every high school and community college has stuff everywhere you go, and the only place you can buy Tyler stuff is in a bookstore that's closed on the weekend? Those are things that if SGA, I'm a firm believer that the way to keep things not secret, don't keep them as, don't hide that there's a university right here. For goodness sakes, we should have stuff in every single store. This UC Tyler. Across the street at the Ice House, there should be stuff in there from our athletic program. There's stuff in there, and all over the place. You go over to Kane, there's football helmets from every place. We should have a presence. UC Tyler should have a presence in every single place around Tyler. No one should ever question where is UC Tyler. And you guys can help with that. That's a start.
Well, I was gonna say, I tell them to the bar and they have alcohol with that, according to our student culture, that we are being, allowed to reside with them. I will say that as long as we are managed as a group of individuals, impressed upon their conservative ideals, it becomes difficult to take on that element of spirit when it feels like you're going to high school part two. And so Ice House, that would be a great place for students to congregate and get together and have some life. But it's like, that's so soon. We're not supposed to be in place like that.
It's a restaurant that serves alcohol.
It is, but it's a grill and a bar. Yeah.
I mean, listening to change a lot. When I was a student, we found places, some of those places had alcohol in them, and that's where we went. There's not many places in Tyler for students to get together. We have one right across the street. I don't, and that's not my call. Maybe there's a marketing communication. You don't want to put things for alcohol. I don't know if that's a call. That's someone else's decision. That's not my faith. But you can't say, well, I don't want to put something in Chick-fil-A because they try food, or I don't want to put something here because they do X. And if it's not that, right next door to them is the hamburger place. Why we have nothing to carry. So my argument to you guys is just tell us how we can help. Tell us what you would like to see. If you're tired like I am, of going around to every single place in Tyler, and this is the University of Texas at Tyler, you are tired of going around to every single place and there is nothing to buy or nothing for you to see that comes from your university, I think that's a problem. If you guys think it's a problem, then say something and say we want our stuff in local stores. We want our stuff in local stores. And then let someone else go figure out how to decide. But that's all I would say. Culture is both ways. You guys need to take in this. This is the first SGA I've been to. Very rigid. Getting here. I would never be late again if I to this meeting. But you guys can do a lot. So your united voice is as strong as the fact that Senate or as strong as so if you don't care about not going up around, don't priority. You want to have college around, you want to be proud there everywhere you go, you see Tyler, make it a priority. I can tell you at least you like your people. That's what I'm getting about the money.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Do you have a CAP office?
So the CAP program is really only through our academic advising through the University Advising Center, and then I do a lot of the reporting to the state. So you're welcome to come by my office in Library 424. I'm there when I'm not in meetings. And my email is abill@uttyler.edu. I would love to see and speak to any and all of you. If you have questions, if there are things that we can do, if you have ideas that you want to share.
ABILL.
That is right. Pastor Bill. Married into that one.
Thank you so
You have a great day.
Thank you. All right. Next for our speaker podium, we have Sean Rogers.
So I'm going to speak to you as the Student Veterans Organization president. That's a kick-ass job. So the Student Veterans Organization, I don't know if you saw the paper or not, is putting together a wellness initiative for the campus, mainly for the students, but faculty and staff can join. And this wellness initiative is basically to get ourselves into shape. It's not just a weight loss program initiative. It's also, we're going to have cookbooks. We're going to make students eat better. We're going to get you guys on the right track, maybe work out a workout plan. And we're going to be doing this for the next 6 to 8 weeks. And the culmination of this event, on April 8th, we have a Army Day 5K, which will be located on the campus. I was going to wait till President's Council to bring this up, but my hand was forced. But what I would from SGA is probably just participate. You know, you guys, we can put an SGA team together. We'll have weekly giveaways for best team, also weekly giveaways for best individual. All of this, of course, is coming out of SBO's budget, so don't forget that. But that's all I wanted to talk to you about. I'll have more information. Still working on some of the logistics. I'll definitely bring it back up again at the President's Council on my birthday. That's all I gotta say.
All right, last but not least, we have Custody. Ronaldo. You can come up here. Yes, please.
I'm the president of the Muslim Student Association here, and one of the main questions I get asked from firsthand just by meeting someone from a different country is there a prayer room? They're not Muslim. I've met some Jewish people, some Hindus, some Buddhists. There's so many different religions on campus, and the only place to go and relax and like meditate for a little while is the BSM. And that's, I mean, it's nice that we get to go there, but it's kind of hard when you're not that religion. So I was thinking, and this was just an idea that I bounced up with Divya, was that maybe we can turn an office, it doesn't have to be big, it has to be small, an office or something into an interfaith room where students of different religions can just go there and relax for a while and meditate or read the Torah or the Bible or the Quran, all these different books, and just spend some time without, you know, like me, you'll see me in my car, in the locker room, driving around like crazy. Some of us pray in the library study rooms because we don't have anywhere else. So I was thinking maybe we can have this on campus for.
I went to the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, and they had something like you were talking about, just a quiet room. And it was an eighth the size of this room, very small, and for a big city and a big tourist attraction. It was nice to have a place of peace and calmness, and there was the literature there, whatever you're trying to find for yourself, just have a place to clear your mind. I like that. I like it a lot.
Did you have an area that you had in mind for this room, or?
I did. There was a room in the library on the 4th floor. They turned it into a study room and told me I couldn't do anything about it, so I came to good sleep. Literally an office size is good. Like, we don't need something big.
Other discussion? So are you looking for an endorsement from SGA?
I don't really know. I try to talk with the people, and they told me to go to SGA, so that's why I'm here. I don't really know what else I'm supposed to do other than talk to the president. But I can try.
Yeah.
I'm usually up in the office either way, so I can just buy him maybe.
Mine, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Josh, would this just be something that would be best if we brought to the space committee?
I think there's a couple of avenues y'all can explore. I think you can do it. I think the proposal, a bill, the student administration requested them to accommodate. You go to the space committee and explore if this is a possibility of kind of high. I know the space is very tight right now. I building donations but there could be an opportunity once that's done, but they need to start planning for that. The space is not being used right now. I don't know on. So I think building start that actually takes.
So this be a similar project, or what?
Not necessarily think, are there any costs associated?
No, there shouldn't be.
Thanks.
It's just a space. We bring our own stuff, so, or we can just put a bookshelf in there and dump that and leave it as is.
You could try talking to this Anna Sullivan, because she tried to do this before, a few years back. And I don't know what happened to it, but you can try talking to her. And she might have some information about doing.
Another actor. I say, it's back here. It kind of goes back to what Scott was saying. Well, how y'all are your pod and y'all say, are you doing what y'all say? And under Governor Biden's, y'all can't. Y'all think. Let me say it. No, I'm thinking.
You guys, like, in order to get it done, who we talk to?
I think
I think we should probably first endorse the idea of anything to get SGA support, and then from there on out, see what avenues to take. If SGA endorse it, it looks good. So the students want it. So, no, not yet. So during new business, if you guys are interested, one of you guys can bring it up and we can discuss over it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Did you have anything else?
Nothing, but just email the space community or building community or what?
I will get in contact with you after this meeting.
Okay.
And we can talk about it.
Got it. Thank you.
Of course, thank you. Okay, thank you all for being here today. I really don't have too much to say today. Our last meeting went really well. It was 3 hours. I know it was a stretch, but we got a lot accomplished. So thank you for those who participated in discussion and brought discussion up. I really do appreciate it. So I had a conversation with Dr. Tidwell a few weeks ago, and I wanted to do a thing with SGA and Dr. Tidwell where we partner up and co-sponsor an event where, we pass pizza out to students. And so if I'm not mistaken, this event will be held on February 22nd. I don't have anything confirmed yet, so don't write things down. I will send the dates out. But I'd love for you guys to participate, get to know Dr. Tidwell. So that's what he's here for. He wants to know you guys, pass pizza out, and then, tell him your concerns and issues, and then also find out what your constituents are interested in and what they want to change in the university. So I think it's a really good opportunity for you guys to be there. It'll probably be mandatory. I'll let you guys decide. And then last but not least, so every semester in SGA, we all get together and have dinner with the president of the university. Last semester it did not happen because Dr. Mabry was in his retiring process, so it didn't happen. But this semester we will be having dinner with Dr. Tidwell. Again, I don't know what day. Hopefully it's after SGA, so we can just kind of all go there with this type of clothing. Probably at a country club or something super fancy. So I'll let you guys know that as well soon. Other than that, that's all I have. Any questions for me? Okay, Vice President Kevin?
Hey guys, I didn't really have a lot going on this weekend because I was out for personal reasons, so I really don't have much to report.
Any questions for Vice President Kevin? Secretary Martin?
I just want to say, if you are, can't go over. If you're a new senator, you're just now getting sworn in, please give me your information, your email, your name, just for like the contact sheet and whatnot. I can reiterate on absence forms. Y'all been doing a good job so far this semester, so just keep that up. Make sure it's 48 hours. We didn't get a chance to meet for EB this week, so we'll have to wait on next week, and we'll have all the absence forms to do then. I've been working with my committee this week. We met this week. We have some good ideas. We got the ball rolling for just some different things to advertise and market for the midnight breakfast and whatnot. So we'll have more information for next week and let y'all know how we're doing on that. But that's all I have.
Any questions for Secretary Martin?
So this week I'll go over the purchases before I talk about what I did this week. Both of the purchases were under the SGAC lines under the vendor with PC
One was for the Accounting Society of $16.47, and one was for FMA for $24.19. We went ahead and put aside the $2,000 we voted on last week for the food pantry for Senator Paul's or Senator Ross's Senator project. And I believe, and then we spent $89.10 on new Senator folders for you guys. Other than that, I've been working on SGA stuff. I think I received about 7 or 8 requests just this week, so my committee will be busy for next year.
Parliament Attorney Seeley told me that she has election info tables and election day tables set up. She will let us know when that's going to happen. That's all she has to say.
Next we have student voice reports. Ornella's call.
I don't really have anything to report. I haven't really heard anything from finance.
And then Houston campus.
No, Dyson, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, and can too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you guys. We don't really have anything to report, but I know me and Yaneli are working on trying to do another outreach event like the successful one we had at the end of the semester. That is pretty much all we really have to report. I know a bunch of our students are excited for graduating because I don't know if you guys know, but our program is traditionally 2 years. So we hold our students for 2 years at a time. So the people that will be coming in this spring, ideally we can get some of them to become SGA senators. But as far as things to report on campus, we're good.
Okay, thank you. I think our advisor has a comment to make.
Production, has any student organizations or students requested a printer at the Houston campus?
We've gone back and forth on having a printer in our version of a computer lab, and it changes probably every other semester. But the one that's in there, I hadn't heard any reports of it not being functional, and I literally used it yesterday to turn in something. So I hadn't heard anybody specifically report to me or to any people in my cohort that they needed another printer in that particular space. It's the only space that we have for a printer, but I can reach out again to more people on the electrical side because I'm mechanical and Senator Cantu is also mechanical, and see if they had another space that they had in mind.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Treasurer Navarre. I know the Society of Women Engineers called today about that. Okay. Thank you, Senator Dyson.
Thank you.
And I can reach out to the SWE students on campus as well. I know Senator Cantu is involved with SWE, so she probably could have some insight on it as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then graduate class.
All right, so I touched base with Dr. Alicia Wolf. She came talk to us a couple weeks back, and she gave me some information about grad students. So first thing off, in case you guys were wondering, the majority of the grad students here are international students or non-traditional, saying that they believe that there's not much they can do on campus to like be a part of. And on the other side, the other half or minority of grad students are taking online classes, and they are not on campus all the time. They're mostly doing projects. So they were looking towards like doing some more research, like promotion, like doing something on that scale. Another thing, the grad students forming the association.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again, please?
Yeah, the grad students are creating a grad student association. They're trying to do a student work. I'm advising them on that. They had contacted me for help, and I'm diving into that process right now. I'll try to help promote any event since we're part of the President's Council SGA. And when the Model UN club, since I'm part of that, and I mostly deal with these students anyways, international students. I go whatever they want.
Yeah, just let us know how the organization goes. And Joshua, what do you suggest getting international students involved? How do you suggest we go with that?
Ooh, we have, you know, we have a lot of international organizations, and just the constant growth that requested that. The Office of International Programs has done a good job of great organization forward. But I still think the communication is big. They'll talk about it. They'll often say that we don't know what's going on. Go back to the marketing the way we market. And I think that's part of it. If you want to involve, they show up a lot. Part of it. I think they can way that's, you know, are attractive to the market.
For student voice report follow-ups, we have College of Arts and Sciences.
So on Tuesday, I met with Dr. Rand. I'm pretty sure I butchered it too. And he was super nice, super helpful. Basically, I just kind of reiterated the concerns that I heard from some students about the lack of classes, specifically in the political science department, and then also a little bit in the criminal justice department as well. And he was very concerned about it. Right now, he just said to kind of figure out why it's happening, and that students don't know that certain classes are offered only one semester, or is it that they're filling out their class and they're not in the section, or what. Basically, so he has to find that out and get that information back to him so that he can figure out a way to find a solution for that. And then Chief Metters, I emailed him about the disabled veteran parking, and he sent me this super long email, which I really appreciated. It was very nice. And basically, he's just said that veteran disabled parking would be really hard to enforce, because then you'd have to differentiate between disabled veterans and disabled non-veterans. But he did offer for me to kind of find out if there is a need for more disabled parking space in general. And then he mentioned that he said, I know that the university stays in compliance on a minimum number of spaces, but we may need to do a study to make sure we actually have enough in our disabled population. So,
thank you. Patriot Village follow-up update.
Okay. Well, this week I got in touch with the residence coordinator, Aubrey Wright, and she told me regarding like the cameras and more of them. She said that they're moving forward with other projects like repairing the stairs in the roof of the building, but and they're waiting to install more security cameras. But she hopes that they'll be able to do so soon. Those are really necessary. And regarding the open doors in the apartments, smart home, she told me that the RAs are doing head counts so that they know everyone in for this new semester. And so, and also.
Was there any more instances of open doors after what happened last week?
No, she just said that like we heard from students in both buildings, and so did I. And so I brought it to her about that, and she said there weren't any other people complaining about it, but it's just because of the head count. And she knows that in the future she will make sure that the students know why people be entering their apartments for safety check and repairs. And that's
great, good to know. Thank you. And then last, we have Longview campus, an update from last week. Student voice report.
Okay, so Senator Novak and I, we were able to get in contact with the Longview nursing director, and we have a meeting with her next Thursday morning to talk about possible ways to resolve the concerns and complaints.
Over
over the professors not sending out enough information in time for the nursing students to get prepared for the upcoming semester on equipment that they need.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Mhm.
Next we have committee reports, student life, Vice President something.
I was not in for our normal committee meeting time, so we did it at the end of last meeting, and kind of I went ahead and covered multiple topics. So we went over an event that we are looking into, but haven't officially decided on whether or not it's going to be possible or not. So I'll get back with y'all on that later. And then some other stuff regarding how far Sodexo has gotten with our quotes for midnight breakfast. Okay, also, the info table that y'all see on the sheet, that will be happening on Valentine's Day, obviously. And so we need probably just a couple of people to be there for that, if y'all can.
It's from 11 to the UC, so definitely stop by. Communications?
So we met at the usual time, and we talked about really kind of we're focusing right now on really trying to market SGA as a whole for the campus. We started working on some poster ideas, and definitely we're going to look into the, what do we call them?
Handles.
The handle with our social media stuff on it, just simple, that is eye-catching, that people will like and, you know, use. And we also talked about doing info tables as well. Maybe just kind of wearing SGA shirts, going around introducing ourselves. Also, I'm not too aware of y'all's social media yet. Y'all have Instagram, right? Okay, I think I followed up with it. So we also talked about doing like Meet a Senator Monday, where you can either do a picture or a short video of a senator, and you can like give them a brief, you know, information about yourself, just to give the campus kind of, you know, build a relationship with them. So we'll do that as well.
Great. Anything else?
I just wanted to add real quick. If you did not get a t-shirt already as a senator, you do not have a t-shirt, either come see me after the meeting or email me, and I'll bring it next week. I just got tired of lugging that big thing, and then everyone left. So just email me, and I'll bring you your size.
SJC?
Before I let Senator Johnson talk about it, one thing we did in SJC that we didn't do in the fall is we have an SJC secretary now who takes meeting minutes, so that because during our discussions they're pretty like heavily intensive, we talk about a lot of things, and if you go through like 2 or 3 requests, you start getting like it all jumbled up. And so Senator Morris from our Longview campus is going to be taking our meeting minutes, and we'll be posting them on Blackboard. Other than that.
So we had 3 this week. The Accounting Society, we approved 167.76 for pizza. Next was Math Club. We met with them and we approved $500 in pizza for their meeting, which they said they were having a good turnout, so we gave it to them. And the last one would be Financial Management Association. They came to us with a $25, expecting $25, and we approved them for $25 for pizza. Yeah.
Thank you. Rules Committee?
Okay, so we went through Article 1 and halfway through Article 2 of the Constitution. We considered making a subsection to Section 1.2, which talks about the elections and sort of separating the between officers and senators, and just be a discussion. As going into Article 2, we went to Section 1.14. That's in regards to officers. For those who did not know, we had a parliamentarian that resigned. In the Constitution, it does not mention anything about in case of the resigning officers, so we thought they would amend that. We removed a section of 2.16F, which talks about the SGA dress code policy being in place the first day of the schedule of the semester. We talked about removing the SGA expectation clause right under that. Since we never heard of that section on expectation, And then there's a section on special sessions for General Assembly. It states that it has to be within 48 hours. We thought we should set 72 hours, allowing for more time. And then under the duties of the secretary, thought about the whole posting of the minutes, right, 48 hours after the meeting. We thought we should move that to 48 hours before the next. That is it.
Thank you. Student affairs?
We met, one thing we discussed is, the student affairs will have an info table on Monday, February 15th, from 11 to 2. I'm going to have 2 dry erase boards, and it's just going to say, what can SGA do for you, or what would you like to see? I would like as many signatures to help out with that, because I only have a good 4 people on my committee. Can't all be there. And that's it.
Old business. Is there any old business? Anything?
Motion to open discussion with the CAP program.
Okay. All in favor of opening discussion of the CAP program, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, discussion is now open. Sorry, please go for it.
I thought that was really beneficial. I can come in. Thought that was awesome. I still kind of have the same view on it as I did when we talked about it last time, where of all the problems that we talked about, the only thing that reducing the number of CAP students would solve, in my view, would be the retention rate. And like you pointed out about how you don't think that the culture issue here is just CAP students, so I just don't feel like reducing the number of CAP students and then just denying those students the opportunity to go to college here would solve the problems that we have that we're looking to solve.
Vice President
I kind of thought about it from a financial side, because I feel like that's something that we didn't talk about in that whole discussion. We're looking at 160 kids, in the CAP program. That's, let's say, the HPC rec fee. That's $15,000 over there 1 year here. We would lose all of that. If they do go to UT Austin, they contribute money that goes towards the system. The system pays us money that goes towards the new business building. I think that anything that we have where we reduce our total population looks bad on our growth rate, which is one of the big selling points of UT Tyler, is that we're a growing campus. And so I honestly think that I like my second idea that I brought forth to Dean Marzilli, is that we should look into a way to make an amendment or an adjustment to those retention rates, that it states that, this percentage of the retention rate being this low is for CAP. That way we still look good in our retention rates. It solves that whole problem without costing us thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Any discussion?
Motion to discussion. Second.
All in favor of closing discussion of the CAP program, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, discussion is now closed. Any other old business? Okay, new business. We have swear-ins. So we have one person today. He came to me like a lot of you guys, and he was really interested in being an SGA. So we have Jacob Sweetland, and he is running for Eagle County. You can come up here and get a little.
That's fine. Well, I've been at University of Texas at Tyler for a year now, and ever since I came, I talked to my good buddy over there, and he told me that there was a possibility this semester I'd be able to be appointed in, and so I immediately emailed Divya, spoke with her about it, and so since I've been living at Lake Eagles Landing for the next, I think, year and a half, I thought that that would be an ideal position for me. But I really just want to contribute as much as I can to the school as a whole, so I hope you guys will have me.
Thank you. Can I entertain a motion to open a discussion over Jacob Sweetland? Senator Dwight?
Motion to open discussion over.
All in favor of opening a discussion over Jacob Sweetland, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any extensions? The discussion is now open. Okay, Senator Hickey?
I have just like a question and then a comment. Are there any other legal links?
I believe we have, no. Yes. Vice President.
I would love to have a senator, because I live in Eagles, so I would love to have a senator that
Vice President Tuckerman?
He kind of said it already. He came to me about this, about being in SGA, because he's known me for, I think, close to almost his whole time at UT Tyler. And so he really wanted to get involved, and I told him about the Eagles landing spot being open. And so it just seemed like a perfect fit. So I really suggest that we give him a shot.
Senator Johnson.
Motion to close discussion on Jacob Sweetland, vote on appointing Jacob Sweetland to the Eagles landing position.
No, we can't.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor of closing discussion and voting on Jacob Sweetland, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. All those in favor of all those in favor of approving Jacob Sweetland and his Eagles Landing Center position, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? Jacob Sweetland is now our new Eagles Landing Senator. Congratulations. Everyone, raise your right hand. All right. So I, and put your name.
I, Jacob Sweetland,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
That I shall faithfully represent the interests.
that I shall faithfully represent the interests
Of the student body of the University of Texas at Tyler.
of the student body of the University of Texas at Tyler.
I shall dutifully uphold and preserve.
I shall dutifully uphold and preserve
The Constitution and bylaws.
the Constitution and bylaws
Of the student body.
of the student body
While ardently executing the office of your office. Of the Student Government Association at the University of Texas at Tyler.
of the Student Government Association of the University of Texas at Tyler.
Congratulations. Do we have any other new business? Senator Watt?
Motion to open discussion on interface group.
All in favor of opening discussion over the interface room, say aye.
Aye.
All those who oppose? Any abstentions? Okay, discussion is now open. Senator Watt?
I think the interface room is a great idea. Personally, because I try to find a room to also bring in, and I think if SGA can go to the people benefit, as in getting more students here too, and they see there's an interface room that they can also go.
Vice President Tuckerman?
I would like, Ona does serve on the Space Committee, correct? I think it would be within our best interest to endorse this particular endeavor and then have us take it to Dr. Tolliver, because she has already apparently worked on this project before, and I believe I'm correct in saying that she's on the Space Committee, so I think we would kill two birds with one stone and be able to take this to the probably the exact person we need it to. So that is my suggestion if we are wanting to support this idea.
Senator
Would there be a possibility that the sprayer room could be open 24/7?
Ooh, I don't know.
I mean, just like in a time of need for I don't know. I think it would be
I'm not sure yet. We will definitely have to talk to, I guess, Space Committee and Ms. Oliver about that. Senator Hirsch?
I think it would be good to start off with a certain amount of hours and then hopefully work up to that. So like if we get it approved first off, then we'll do that. I think that's a great idea though, to have that.
Senator Thomas?
If it was in the library, like she said, then it would presumably just follow the library's hours, which it is open pretty often now. I mean, until what, 2 a.m., I think? So, I mean, I think it's not like it would close at like 5 p.m. So I think it's definitely a good start, and I think it'd be a good thing to have it in the library as well. I like trying it.
Make your what?
Motion to endorse.
Yeah. Second.
Motion to endorse. Motion to endorse the update.
Second.
All in favor of endorsing the interface and say aye.
Aye.
All those who oppose? Any abstentions? Okay, well, the interface is now endorsed, so from here on out, we can, I guess maybe set up a meeting with Mrs. Oliver, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess things to the Senator Rogers?
If you can give it me after this meeting.
Thank you. Any other new business? Okay. Advisor comments? Yes, sir.
Some of y'all have not turned in a senator verification form. So you will be receiving an email next week probably from Civia. If you want to be a senator, and if you don't have your verification form turned in, start of next week for May 4th. Verify. I want to give a compliment to all of those areas who have work reports. I think that, I don't like that stuff. Especially Katie. I think that is awesome. Provo and the chief of police. Following on. So that's perfect. How are y'all out? Take action. You know, get some good conversation going.
Any announcements? Any
So we were talking with a few friends, and I know everyone's been talking about not having like a tradition or something that happens that everyone kind of has a whole bunch of fun and it's well known. So we were sitting down and talking for a few hours, and when I was in high school in Ohio, there's my freshman year, our senior class started a thing called Senior Tech. And for those of you who don't know about it, it sounds like a really like childish game, but to the level that it got to, it spread to 13 high schools within 4 years. We made local news, and it started to become like a thing that everyone looked forward to. So we were talking about it. And I know some of you got the invite from me on the Facebook page. But basically, we wanted to start this game, and how it works is we'll have teams of 5 that you can pick yourself, and you register your team. And in the beginning of March, first day of March, we make a 16-team bracket. Now, where this game gets kind of like loopy is that there are no rules. So your objective is to get the entire team out, and you can do whatever it takes. Now, you have safe zones, campus, churches, your own home, things like that. But other than that, it really is free for all as far as where your limits are. And we had pretty good positive feedback so far. We had 86 people join within the day. We have 3 teams registered right now. In fact, Preston registered a team this afternoon. So it's good to have them.
Keep going down.
Now, and this is where y'all are going to think I'm crazy, so I apologize in advance. The only way to stay safe in public if someone were to come at you with a water gun is to remove all articles of clothing. Now, I know that sounds absurd, but we are posting very clearly that this game or event has no endorsement or sanction with the university or anyone with these systems or education. Everyone plays at their own risk, but I've seen this game turn into a tradition. And it is so much fun. And the thing is, the winner gets $1,000 cash prize.
So I just want to bring it to y'all's attention if that seems like something you guys want to do. I promise it's probably going to be the most fun you've had. That's all I have to say, I think.
What'd you call it?
What?
What'd you call it?
We just, well, we couldn't call it senior tag, obviously, because it's open to anyone, but we just called it tag 17.
Joshua?
I love that, yeah. Fine, I'll do it, I'll do it out.
No,
I don't know about the gun, but
Right, well, the rule is that no one can have any sort of water or anything on campus. Anything is not existing. Now, if you were to leave and go get a drink at the gas station, why can't you do that? Because, I mean, that's, people have obligations with class, meetings, SIs, sports. It's unfair to them if you're put in a position where they can't attack or defend themselves. But the thing is, where the game gets really fun is like, when I say it took off, like people get creative. Like I personally, we stalk people, like we camp out of their house at night, all night, and you wake them up and come to their car, and like people take it to a very, very. Now, obviously, you play your own risk and don't break any laws. No, but the thing is, like, I think the game has serious potential, especially at this school, because nothing like this has been done. And once it's happened once, everyone can see how much fun this is. If anyone wants to make a team or interested, come find me after this.
after this, our basketball teams are playing. You know, we talk about school spirit. For example, right now, you know, it'd be cool if y'all walk in after that. So, hopefully, there's a lot of people there. That at halftime, they're doing sort of entertainment, like bouncing. Definitely, yeah, time. Check it out.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Can I take a motion to adjourn? Okay, all in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? Secretary Martin, if you can dispense the roll call, please.
President Srinivasan.
Here.
Vice President Tippleman.
Here.
Treasurer Navarre. Here. Parliamentary Seeley. Senator Adeshola. Sorry, Senator Balaji.
Here.
Senator Baker. Senator Bell. Senator Cantu.
Here.
Senator Solanos.
Here.
Senator Dockery. Senator Dyson. Senator Franklin.
Here.
Senator Guy. Senator Grimm.
Here.
Senator Hart. Here. Senator Hicken. Here. Senator Hood.
Here.
Senator Huck. Senator Jawad.
Here.
Senator Joe. Here. Senator Johnson. Senator McDaniel. Here. Senator McLeod.
Here.
Senator Morris. Senator Mosley.
Here.
Senator Frady.
Here.
Senator Nagarajan. Here. Senator Novak. Senator O'Kelly. Senator Parrish. Here. Senator Patel.
Here.
Senator Rogers.
Here.
Senator Ross. Senator Severin. Senator Shaka. Senator Strathide.
Here.
Is it Senator Sweetland?
Here.
Sweetland?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Senator Thomas?
Here.
Right here.
Meeting adjourned. Oh, hey, Toby.